like, my dad is like, you have trouble public speaking. You have to do this.
Exactly. We were forced into this. Sorry, I love you, Mom.
At a young age, we've been taking advantage
We're
of that one. I was like, damn, that. Yeah. And then.
What? I remember when people found my fan fictions. They would be in middle school. They would come up to me and start reading them, and I was like, I'm never doing this again.
Casting agents are looking at this.
Please hire me. I'm so unemployed.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Jordan Whitrock Show. I'm your host, Jordan Whitrock, and today we have another special guest, someone who I've actually never acted before, even though they're in my cohort. So I'm looking forward to actually having a chance to sit down, talk to them about their acting life and career, because I don't get to do that on the day in and day out. So without further ado, let's welcome to the show, Isabella Biricik.
Hello.
Yeah. Welcome to the show.
Big fan. I've watched 2 episodes.
Let's go. Okay, before we keep going, we also have Mike Daniels back for round 2.
Round 2, let's get it. Put some steak on it again.
Okay, so I want to talk about your history, all that stuff. But first, we're just coming off the Savannah Film Festival, which was a new experience for all 3 of us. So what were some of your takeaways for both of you guys? What were some of your takeaways on the film festival in whole?
I think going into it, a lot of people were like, brace yourself. And so like, I think I had that mentality going in that it was going to be like a marathon. Mm-hmm. And the first couple of days for me, at least, it was because I had the marquee pass, which means you can go to anything. And so I was really
Did that allow you to get into gala events as well, or no?
Yeah.
Any gala event?
Anything.
That's
it,
sick.
like literally anything you wanted to go to.
Did you literally go in at like whenever the online?
No, so when I toured SCAD, I think in the spring, I decided I wanted like to go, and then my parents bought it as a graduation gift for me.
So this was like way before.
Yeah, it was way before I like even knew like who was going, what the events were gonna be.
Is that like 500?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. I mean, it's kind of nice because you can get into anything.
Yeah. I don't know that I would do it next year because the master classes are free, and I feel like you probably get more than that. But I mean, you can speak to that more so than me because I only went to 1 master class.
Yeah. Well, actually, before I go, Mike, what was your experience? How did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it. My experiences was great. It was fun. I did enjoy the master classes more so than the screenings.
Yeah.
The Spike Lee screening was good though.
Dude, I didn't go to any. Actually, I did see Spike Lee though. I walked past him in the press.
Oh, that's cool.
In the press, I walked past him, and I was
that's
like,
really cool.
And then Yvonne was talking to someone, and I was like, Yvonne, it's Spike Lee. And he looked, he's like, thanks, man, 'cause I would have missed it.
Oh, my gosh.
But no, I had an interesting film festival. Okay, also, like, I didn't understand anything that, like, went on beforehand. You know, like, when they're trying to explain to you what stuff is?
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out what the difference between a panel and the masterclass was.
Neither could I.
I was so confused. And I think I probably made myself more confused.
Yeah.
Overall.
But I don't think anyone really took the time to, like, explain it to us, though. It was like you'll figure it out when you get there. And we did. Yeah. But it was a little brutal because I was like, do I need a ticket to the masterclass? Like, when do those go out?
A bit better on that information.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so besides that, like, when I finally figured out what it was, cool. And then I also was a student moderator, which was cool because you got into all the events from like 8 a.m. to 6. Yeah. Which was cool and fun. And also meant that you didn't have to stand in the ticket line, right?
Exactly.
So that was
That's
also
huge.
nice. But actually, originally, those passes were not supposed to be that. That's how they originally were. But then they're like, oh, we have to downgrade the pass because there was too many passes. Yeah. And I was like, instead of like turned into like you were first in line for standby, and it's like, okay,
for what?
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
But then I saw someone like scan their pass and went in, and I was like, hold up. Did they like not?
They forgot.
Yeah, did they forget and not downgrade? And so I was like, all right. And I was like, about
Let
to
me
find
try.
out. Beep. You're in. And I was like, let's go. So then I used it the rest of the.
So probably next year they'll not do that.
So moderating was fun. Okay. I loved moderating. don't get me wrong, whoever's watching this and could potentially be judging the moderators for next year, I enjoyed it. However, I think it was just challenging for me because I think there was a lot going on with school, and then you had to go to rehearsal like every other night as a moderator to practice the 5 scripts that you had, but you like, didn't know which one you were going to use.
Right.
But like I only end up using technically one and just like switched it based on the event. So it was like, it's like tough because you have to memorize it because they don't know what events they're going to give you.
Okay.
But then you probably won't even use all 5. So it's like that added stress of needing to memorize something.
Wait, so I'm not entirely familiar with the role of student moderator.
Yeah.
Can you explain?
Yeah, so the student moderator was, you went to films, right? And then, you know, like when they flickered the lights and then like the students would walk down or whatever and they'd be like, hello, my name is blah, 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 from blah, 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 you know?
Yeah, like the single student that comes out.
Yeah, it's
and
either
like
single or 2. Like,
okay, cool.
Depending on the event. And then they would just introduce the film. Like if there's a panel, they'll say, hey, there's a panel, there's a discussion afterwards. We'd invite you to stay. And then they leave. And that's all you do.
Understood.
And then sometimes if you're like, some events require you to run mics for questions. So like on the like some of those panels, the moderators were running questions, and maybe that's all they did. They didn't have to introduce because they had someone else professionally do it. But it was a cool experience, and then it was cool to be able to actually have the pass to do it. I actually went in as an alternate also, so I was like, dude, this is double negative because first off, I have to put all this effort in. I'm probably not even gonna moderate, and then they were like, yeah, we don't think we'll have enough badges for everyone, so alternates, you're not gonna get a badge. And I'm like, oh, like,
for
the
what?
main reason I was doing it, I'm not even gonna be able to get. But then people were having issues the first day to get into events because they were like, where's your pass? So then they're like, okay, we gotta print them off. So then they print everyone up, and I was like, let's go.
Perfect.
But I think I would do that again next year. Because it just allowed you to get into all of
that makes sense, to be honest.
Then I didn't have to worry about, because also like I didn't do a ton of research, so like yes, I knew what the films were. Yeah, this is where it's sad. Okay, I knew what all the films were, right?
Okay.
But I didn't know what the panels were, so like I wouldn't have bought tickets for those. But some of the panels were like, oh, I wish I would have had a ticket to be able to go in, but they sold out. But the pass always allowed you to go in, so it like kind of allowed you to. This is where I was frustrated though. I didn't get the pass until day 2 or 3, and all of the good films, or like the films that I would have wanted to see, were day 1 and 2. So by the time I got my pass, it really went into panel discussions, and there was like 1 or 2 films here and there, but they always coincided with master classes, which is like a cool opportunity to meet someone who's like famous, but like has been in the industry, knows the in and outs of like how they got there. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna go listen to that person, then like watch Sinners, unfortunately.
That's fair. And I did watch Sinners, so...
Was that the first time you watched it?
Yeah, it was.
I haven't seen it yet, and I want to see it, so that's why I was also devastated. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I thought it would be cool to see it in a theater setting, too, because like it's really nice having like kind of the audience experience, I guess.
Yeah.
With like everyone like laughing together or so gasping together. I love that. And then I saw One Battle After Another, and with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Yeah. And then I saw Eternity with Miles Teller. That one was good.
Did you go to Frankenstein?
I didn't. I wanted to, but I went to a Halloween party instead.
L.
Anyways.
Yeah. That was Thursday night, right?
I think so. That was the night before Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, so you also went to the
yeah. Well, I didn't have a ticket to go to Frankenstein, so I went to Sing Song Blue, which I think was right before.
I heard that was good.
That one dude, the theme this year for films must have, well, let's be real, 5 years ago, because it takes 5 years to like make it, right?
Yeah.
But the theme for films this year was like, what are you doing with your life, is like what I got out of it.
Uh-huh.
Like there was an emphasis on like, are you making the choices right now that are actually going to be important to you in your future?
Yeah.
And it's just like, for me, I think about that often. So like I just felt like getting stabbed every single time I was watching a film.
Yeah.
But I mean, I enjoyed it from that standpoint.
I think I left most screenings crying.
Dude.
But so did everyone.
Yeah,
so.
Did you go to Train Dreams?
No, but I also saw The Testament of Anne Lee.
Oh, yeah.
That one was good.
Did you like that one? I've heard mixed reviews on that.
I have mixed feelings too. I think
okay.
I wasn't very familiar with like
the story of
Quaker culture and Anne Lee.
Yep.
Like honestly, I'd never heard of Anne Lee.
Okay.
So I think it just felt like a learning opportunity for me, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't think it was something necessarily that I would find myself reading about. So I think like being able to watch it, I learned a lot. But I mean, a lot of it was like interpretive because like they don't know exactly like the shaking style of worship of Quakers.
Yeah.
So they kind of like put their interpretive dance on it.
Okay.
So, but it was cool.
Did that had music in it, right? Or no?
It did. Like it wasn't like musical. It wasn't like breaking the fourth
wondering.
wall type singing, but it was like worship singing.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
So like when I was trying to figure out what film fest was and like going on the website and then like people were waiting in line and I'm like, why are you waiting in line? Like, do I need to wait in line? And it was raining that night. I'm like, I'm not gonna wait in line, you know?
Yeah.
And so I went at like 3 p.m. the day that they let it out at 10 a.m. And the only 2 gala events left were Sing Song Blue and Jay Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
And those happened to be like, I think there was 4 gala events. I was like, if there was a chance, I would get tickets to that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then I was like, when I got there, the only 2 that were Jay Kelly, and I was like, okay, I'm like, I have to buy it just so I can experience the gala because I just wanted to know what it was. And I liked both of them. The Sing Song Blue like threw me. Did not expect that.
Yeah.
And I don't want to ruin it, obviously.
No spoilers.
But for spoilers purposes. But that one I was like, damn, that. Yeah. And then.
What?
Yeah, and then Jay Kelly hit me with the ending. I was like, am I doing it right? Am I doing the right thing? Or am I going to regret this for the rest of my life?
Right. Neither of us have seen the films that both of us saw. So it's all just like, right, of course.
No, actually, our professor, Joan, was sitting behind me. And so I was like chatting with her or whatever. And then afterwards, it was just interesting to hear a perspective. Like, I thought the film was great. She did. Like, she thought it was good, but, like, wasn't, like, blown away by it. And it was just interesting to hear different perspectives of, like, what the expectations of films that they watch. You know, like, did you take enough chance? Did you not? You know, and then also, like, I can see how films can, like, mean more to someone else.
Yeah, it's an individual experience.
I saw that with master classes, especially. There was some master classes I walked out being like, wow, that was good information.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to help me. And then there's some I was like, oh, I was not the audience at all for this master class, right?
Right.
But could I take some things with me? Yes.
Yeah, I think that's how like I felt too, because it wasn't technically a master class, but we got to sit with the publicity people.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And like for that, I was like, okay, I don't personally like think that I'm gonna use this information.
Or you're gonna have a publicist in the next 10 years.
You know, and that would be nice, wouldn't it? But. I mean, it was just like a learning experience. But then other than that, the only one I went to was Dylan O'Brien. Were you at that one?
Yeah, I went to that one. That was a good one.
Yeah.
I thought his was good.
He was really honest.
Yes, which I appreciated.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into that. So we're at SCAD. You know, you would have had to have had an idea at some point that you wanted to go to SCAD for acting because you're in my acting cohort.
True.
So people that are watching are probably wondering, what was the thing that got you into acting?
Ooh, into acting.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I've been in plays since I was like 5 or 6.
Okay.
And I didn't know what it was when I was doing it. It was like school plays, but my mom would be like go sing this song for these people, and I was like, okay, and I went and like sang Somewhere Over the Rainbow
As
to
we all do.
to the auditioners, and my first ever role was in Alice in Wonderland. I was a park kid, so it was like my job to like run out and go play cards, and then like run off. It was cute. Right. But I think it was like it just felt like normal from then. Like it wasn't strange being on a stage because I started so young. Yep. And I didn't have stage fright when it came to acting, but I did with singing. And I think that's just because I didn't sing very often, like growing up. And then from there, like I didn't do too much like in my later years of elementary, but when I got to middle school, I didn't make the middle school soccer team. I was absolutely devastated. And my mom told me, she's like, you have to audition for the musical now. Like you can't do nothing.
This was in 6th grade?
This is 6th grade. And
I think we might have talked about this. That's the same thing with that's kind of my story. I did not make the team though, but it was like my dad is like, you have trouble public speaking. You have to do this.
Exactly. We were forced into this. Sorry, I love you, Mom.
At a young age, we were taking advantage of
Oh, God.
No.
But anyways, so.
Hey, wait, where are you from? Just so people know. Are you
Okay,
from?
I was born in New Jersey.
Okay.
I spent 8 years there, moved to Florida.
Oh, okay.
Lived there.
And did like the school area that you lived, was that like D1 or D2. I don't actually know if they do that kind of level.
Oh wait, for soccer you mean?
Just in general, like sport, like school wise. Do you know what I'm talking about
for
when I say
my
that?
middle school?
Yeah.
There's D1
Well, you can
middle
assume,
school
but like
soccer?
if you're feeding into a D1 high school, then you're probably a D1 middle school.
Okay.
Does that make sense? You know?
Yes, I understand. We have like one girl that was on that soccer team that went pro. It should have been me, but that's okay. I'm so sorry. But no, I don't think we were T1. But
Okay,
like,
yeah,
we
yeah.
had like some kids that were like really just talented. And they went far.
Okay.
But I don't think we were a feeder school. Were you?
No, I mean when I was in elementary school, we were a feeder. Like my elementary, which then would have been middle school, was a feeder school. But then I moved to a small town, so then you just went to the middle school that went to the high school.
That's fair. Well, I went to a private Lutheran middle school. So
did that feed into the private Lutheran high school or no?
No, most people just went public after that or to one of the, and I went to a private school again afterwards,
For
non-religious.
High school?
High school, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So then it probably, usually private schools have money, so usually they can buy their way into D1. But
yeah.
No,
I had to get a scholarship for my high school.
Yeah, I know that.
I had to take a test, and
Yep.
I got an academic scholarship for it. Otherwise, that wouldn't have happened.
No, I would have had to ride on my soccer skills.
No, I couldn't ride on those, unfortunately.
Because I could not ride on my academics.
Perfect.
Yeah,
okay.
No. Okay. Anyway, so you were saying
We're circling back.
Yeah, we're circling back.
Okay, I didn't make the soccer team canon event. I was forced to audition for the musical The Lion King. Great one.
Okay.
And I got the role of Shenzi the hyena. I don't know if you're familiar.
Is that the lead hyena?
Essentially,
Yeah,
I think.
okay.
Don't quote me on that. But it was cool. And it was like a really well done middle school like performance. Like I think we just had a lot of talented kids, but we had someone like come in and like make these like headpieces like for each of them. It was insane. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
they're gonna make their money back. Any middle school musical.
Oh, so true. Every parent is coming.
penny.
Every grandparent,
exactly.
every
You're
aunt and
selling
uncle.
out. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's Lion King.
And it was in the gymnasium. So
they could have said we could only fit 200 people, and then they fit 400.
No, exactly. Like sit on the floor. They had the bleachers lined up. It was cute.
Okay,
and then from there, I was in every. Like, we only had one play per year because it was a small school.
Okay.
So I was in every play for every year.
Okay.
And then from there, I started taking it more seriously in high school. And, I was in a bunch of shows for my high school. Yeah. I had, like, my favorite acting teacher I've ever had in high school. She's great. She helped me get my audition for Urdas as well. So, but we're skipping there a little bit.
I was about to say, wait, hold up.
High school
6
Urdas.
years younger than me? I was like, I thought we were like,
No. So,
I put it together right before you said that.
But loved it in high school. I got to college, and then I was like, you know what? I'm done. Like, I'm done with acting.
Burnt out or just done?
Like, I don't know, just like burnt out, but I was like, okay, time to pick a big girl major. Yep. And so I was majoring in bio when I went to Wake Forest.
Okay.
I didn't do any theater my first year. And then I was just taking like an acting class for fun. Yep. And my professor, Michael, I love him. But he came up to me like after class and he was like, you know, like you could really have a future. Like if you wanted to, like you could. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, Michael. And so I went and I auditioned for his show and I got the role. That was, oh my gosh, what was it called? Backstory. Very niche little show. Yeah. And I was in that, and then I once again, like I kind of fell in love with it again, and I got a minor in theater from Wake Forest. I majored in English.
Okay.
And I fell in love with it again, and then like I think senior year came, and I was like, okay, am I going to New York? Am I going to LA? Like, what am I doing?
But you were already bought in, like you were doing acting.
Yeah. By senior year.
And you only minored? You had no, like you didn't feel like you needed to stay longer?
Yeah. I mean, I just like, I don't know, because I think my backup career would have been being an English professor.
Yeah. Which then would have been like the theater director at whatever school that you worked. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I graduated with that major, and then I was like, okay, I have that, and now I'll try acting. So I was like, okay, do I go to New York? Do I go to LA? And I was still like feeling uncertain because like I just wanted, I guess, like to take more time to seriously train.
Yeah.
Because I had always been doing other things, like as I was doing theater, like with English, like I don't know, it seems like it would be like an easy degree, but there's so much reading and writing. Like my thesis was a 40-page paper with like original research.
That's tough.
So that was tough. That took a lot of my time.
So you're ready for this thesis?
I'm ready for this
stuff.
The 15-page thesis. That's perfect. But yeah, and then from there I was like, yeah, I think I want to get my MFA because I'm like, okay, second backup profession, acting professor. And so initially I was looking at New York schools. Like NYU and Juilliard and the whole thing.
Yeah, the whole shebang.
And I flew out and I auditioned for NYU and I realized, although I grew up in Jersey, I was like, I kind of hate it here. Like it's like the lack of sunlight, the cold, it's dirty, people are kind of mean. It's like it's a dog eats dog city. And that's my perspective.
Yeah, no.
I know some people love New York City and good on them.
And they do love the dog eats
and
dog.
They love the dog eats dog. That's not me though. But yeah, I withdrew all of my New York school applications because I'd also put one in for Columbia as well.
Yeah.
And so I'd spent so much time on these applications, but I was like, if I got in, I know I would go because of like it being like a.
So did you pull it before you heard anything back at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, actually, no, I didn't make it past the first round for NYU.
Okay.
But then I was like...
Were those individual applications?
Individual.
Okay.
Yeah. It wasn't like through like a group application thing. Like I had individually gotten like the letters for each of these, wrote their essays. So like it wasn't a light decision, but I was like, okay, I know that if I got in, I would go. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to feel like backed up against the wall. And I had some people from my high school that had went to SCAD for their undergrad, and they're still here. Yep. But they seemed to really love it, and I would see like the projects they were working on and the people they were meeting. Like I saw them enjoying Film Fest, and I also additionally loved Savannah. And I was like, okay, like I could really see myself like in this city. Very different than New York. But yeah. And that was my experience in getting SCAD.
Did you individually apply then for SCAD?
I did, but I also saw them at URTA. So I have individually applied. I got in. And then I went to URTA because I was like, cast my net, like whatever. Yep. And I got a ton of callbacks, which was like super cool. And SCAD was one of them. And like I was like, oh, let me just pop by and make sure that they know, like, hey, like I'm already in, but I just wanted to say hey because I saw you coming back. Yep. And I go over and I'm like doing my little speech of like, hey, like I already like got in, but hey, I like whatever, introduce myself. And then it was Scott Smith that was there, and he was like, I would love to talk with you. And I was like, oh, right, no, of course. Yep. And I sat down and he gave his whole spiel on why SCAD. Yeah. And I really liked his energy. I liked the school's energy, and I was like, yeah, like these are good people. And I think that face-to-face discussion with him was kind of when I decided yes. Okay. So I went, and I still went to every other callback. Yeah. I got into some like abroad schools. Yeah. But I was like, okay, I don't know if I want to go all the way.
My thing was just finances. It's like I'm not gonna be able to afford to go abroad because the government's not gonna help me go to a school outside of the U.S. and the other government's not going to pay for me to come study at their school to then go back home. So it's like, yeah. And SCAD also gave me a scholarship, which thank you, SCAD. But yeah, so I think like with all that stacked up, it seemed like the obvious choice for me. Yeah, it's funny you say that. That's the same thing with me.
Yeah,
there was so many times where I'm like, I just don't think I can swing it, or like I went through the process and I was like, I think it's SCAD. Because I don't think I'm going to go to California for school. Just don't have interest in that. Like, it was cool. And, like, what they were hitting me with, it was like they've never done that before with any student. I was like, it was the ego. The ego was like I would go to this school because they really, really want me. Right. But then as I was like, okay, let's pause. Now let's look at what I can take away from each program. And in doing that, I was like, ooh, this school is kind of like a glorified undergrad, which what I just did.
Right.
Like one of their big things was like, we'll teach you guys how to create your own content like a podcast. And I had already started my podcast, and I'm like,
ooh.
They're like, we'll teach you how to run cameras. It's like, I did that undergrad.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
And then like you only did like 1 or 2 plays, and I really wanted to go to a school that also had stage. I didn't want to go to just a film school, just because I just kind of wanted another broad education that also had film as like a focus, and that school didn't have stage, wasn't as much of a part of it as
that's so interesting. I feel like you usually see the opposite, that stage is very valued, and a lot of people come here because they're like, oh my gosh, there's a whole film department, and like they have great equipment.
And don't get me wrong, I definitely want to do film,
yeah,
but the argument was like, I didn't want to like pigeonhole myself.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to be like, okay, I'm going to go learn a bunch of film, and then like get halfway through film and be like, wow, I hate film. Like I really just want to do stage stuff.
Yeah.
And then not have an opportunity to work on your stage, which is what would have happened if I did the other school. And so then it was like, oh, I don't even think I can afford this. And then something would happen. And I'm like, oh, but like I probably wouldn't even get, then something would happen. It's like, oh, but there's no more housing anymore. Then something would happen. And then it was just like, okay, someone is working for me, and he's making sure that I can go to SCAD. So then it was like, okay, now we're all in. Like, we got to commit. And then it was like, then like the job happened. And it's like, I shouldn't have gotten the job.
Point to SCAD.
Exactly. So it was like, okay, we're going to SCAD, and then we'll see what happens. It's kind of like my story. Which, did you do your IRTA? I did IRTAs as well. I did it in Chicago. Where did you do
Philadelphia.
yours? Oh, that's right. They do have Philadelphia. I forget about that.
Yeah. I was like 50-50 between Chicago and Philadelphia.
Oh, you would have done that over New York?
Yeah, I think so. Wait. Yeah, because I think I had a conflict for the New York one.
Time-wise, yep.
Yeah, because I was auditioning for some other schools too.
Yeah.
New York, which I pulled out of anyway. But yeah, everything happens for a reason.
It's funny because like I'm so lucky because it was only like a 3-hour drive for me to get to Chicago.
Oh my gosh.
Right? But like there was people like, we had to come from Kansas because there's like because it was LA, Chicago, Philadelphia, or New York. I think were like the cities, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, there's like Chicago's the closest, like we have no, and I'm like, that is tough,
Yeah. Well, it was going to be a flight no matter what for me, to be honest. And I think it was like I had a break, and during that break, I flew to Philadelphia.
See, because I graduated, because I am a year older than you, technically, I think.
Okay.
Because you would have graduated this last spring, right?
Correct.
Yep. So I graduated in December, but I went 1.5 year longer because I double majored.
Okay. Got it.
Because actually, I went into undergrad being like 3 years and out, and then I took a double major, and then I had music band obligations for scholarships, and then it took like credits out that I could have slammed in, and then I was like, why am I rushing? I'm like, like there's no reason to like I'm like, oh yeah, I get out in 3 years with less experience of acting, and I'm like,
for what?
I'm like, all right, so then let's take advantage of this and do what we can, and then when I graduated in December, I was like, now I'm in like this weird spot that like auditions happen right away for for like IRTA, and I graduated not really thinking like what I was gonna do, because I was like, maybe I'll just work in television, behind camera, and I was like, I don't want to do that for local news. 3 a.m. No, I'm good. And
it's
like
not the dream.
And like the only way you can get in front of a camera is like if you take like the one guy in the crew that like travels to all the places. And like I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, well if I don't do that, what's the next? And it's like I've always liked acting, so that's why I ended up acting. But then it was like I had like a month to get my shit together to like audition, send the application, all that kind of stuff. So I was like, so it was like I graduated, and I was like, well, I'm not going to get a job right now because I need to know if I'm going to get into school, because that will switch what job I do get, right? Because that's the other thing that's dumb too is, well, it's not dumb. I know they do it for a reason, but news, like Fox or whatever, like if you work for a company like that for news or whatever, CBS, you sign like a 2-year contract, and you like really can't get out of it. And then they own like most of your image and likeness. Yeah. So you wouldn't be able to do, like I have people that I want to have on this show, but they can't be on because it would break their guidelines, and they wouldn't let them. And I'm like, oh, I'd hate to like have someone look over my back and like
tell you what you can
post,
and
you can't post that. Yeah. And I'm like, so then when I also heard that from people that graduated the semester before me, I was like, ooh, no.
Yeah, it's strange. It feels like they own you.
No, I was like, I have no interest. I'm the opposite. I like know I have to work for someone, right now. But then my goal is to like eventually do my own thing and not have to worry about having a boss over me. You know? But yeah, no. So that's how I ended up then at SCAD. Are you liking SCAD? I don't think we've ever really talked about it because that's the thing.
Yeah.
We have no classes together. So like in our cohort,
Yeah.
they mix up the grid. This is for people that are watching. They mix up the kids somewhat, but all of us have like 4 or 5 people that we won't have a class with until like I guess next quarter.
Next quarter, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But if you don't get in the same classes, then it's gonna be like spring. I think has like the one that all of us are in.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like crazy because you're one of them. I think Elijah, Alex. I'm trying to think of who else I don't have a class with.
I don't see Vaughn ever.
Yeah, like that. Like
Yeah.
it's just crazy. Like the people
Like,
that like.
what?
I didn't know you were in our cohort. You know, kind
No,
of thing.
for
And-
You
real.
don't
And
have classes
AJ too.
together.
I was like,
Yeah.
you're part of it.
You're not in any of my classes.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not in Mike. Yeah, Mike. Like it's so crazy how that all works out. But anyway, so we don't have any classes together, so we don't really chat or like see the work progress. You know.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I guess is what it is.
We've seen like one scene, and mine was on an off day.
And mine was also on an off day. Actually, no. Mine was a 50-50. All of the good stuff I've been doing up to that point, I lost. I
Same.
failed. But the one spot I'd struggled with, like my whole work progress, I nailed the crap out of. So I walked away not failing.
Right.
But also, like it was like one of those things where I had to tell myself, I'm like, okay, you didn't fail.
Yeah.
Like, this was technically not a performance. Got to remind yourself.
It's true.
And we nailed the one thing that you had been struggling with this whole time, which if you were to put all of the greatest moments of our rehearsal, we had a good like performance.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
same with us. Like, and our professor was like, guys, I swear this scene is so good. I don't know what's wrong with them. I don't know what was wrong with me either.
No, that was a yeah.
Yeah.
I had Kenzie as my partner though, so I had fun.
Yeah, I love Kenzie.
I didn't have an issue partner wise, which is nice because I think there's always not that there is a chance. I like most people in our cohort, if not all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's probably like 2 people I haven't met yet. No.
Right.
Right. No. Okay. So. Cool. No. What's been your experience auditioning wise here at school? Have you taken the idea of like audition for everything possible and see what happens, or
Yeah.
have you been selective in your choices?
Okay, so I think like when we were first like coming in, we got like this message that was like audition for like everything and like start as soon as you get here.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, wait, like I kind of want to like suss it out when I get there to
Yeah.
see like what projects are available and that I'm passionate about. And so like I got here and I started getting like the lay of the land before like auditioning for like absolutely everything.
Yep.
Because like there's so many student projects that go
Yeah.
on that I wanted to ask around and be like, hey, like how are these people like on a set? And so I auditioned for one voiceover acting thing, and I got that.
All
So
right.
that's cool. That's shooting soon, I think.
Okay.
And then I was on set for like a student project.
Yep.
It was like 80s themed, super fun.
Yep.
I auditioned for, and then like there was like the whole class thing that you had to audition for, like performance labs. And I think I did most of them. I didn't do Three Sisters. I did film. I did the improv one, and this is not a class, but I did Lodged. So those were the big 3 that I did. I didn't get film, but I got improv, and still don't know about Lodged. So
I did a lot of auditions that was like mid in, and then I was in callbacks.
Yeah.
For most of the time when auditions for like a lot of those were coming up, and I was like, and you can only do so much. And this is like show play, like not films or whatever. And so it's like if you're in a show, you have rehearsal every night. Well, you really can only be in one show feasibly, you know? And so I was like, well, I don't want to like start auditioning for a ton of stuff because what happens if I didn't think I was going to get in any of them, but like if I got in, I don't want to screw myself or have to like tell multiple people, sorry, I can't do this because I don't want to burn bridges.
Yeah.
You know? And so I'm still in limbo for some projects or whatever. But so I kind of didn't audition for a ton, but as I'm looking back, I'm kind of okay with it because I'm in Shakespeare right now, which our show is this week. Yikes.
Go see Shakespeare.
But it's like, so I've had that experience of having rehearsal every night, but I haven't had time to do film because of that. And now I'm like, my winter is kind of open. where I can do like a film every weekend.
I know, that's what I'm thinking too.
And I'm kind of like, this could be fun. Like I don't have a rehearsal that's like requiring me to do something.
Exactly.
You know, and I still have stuff out for spring semester, like audition wise. So it's like I don't have to worry about that until maybe they'll email me back in 3 weeks. I don't know. We'll find out. Hopefully.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think I keep thinking like it's crazy that we're 1/6 of the way done with our MFA program.
It's so quick. It is so fast. Yeah.
Holy hell.
I feel like I just got my bearings and they're like 1/6 of the way done.
But it's funny because like I'll talk to my parents and they'll be like, damn, like what you're learning in like the 1/4 is like crazy. Like just like the verbiage, my understanding of explaining what I'm learning. Yeah. Like we can tell like
you're getting a lot from it.
You're getting a lot out of it, and it's only been 1/4, which excites me because it's like, okay, I got 5 more to get my shit together. Like this is good. Like, that was a question. So did you always know that you wanted? I know we talked about it a little bit. Yeah. Did you always know you wanted to do an MFA after graduating, or was there a hint of you being like, oh, maybe I just try out for stuff right now?
Well, yeah, that was my initial thought. Was like, do I just move to New York and LA and do the damn thing?
Okay.
But then, like, I don't know. I think I just, like, this was me getting, like, nervous about it.
Okay.
Because, like, the whole
do you think you would have been ready, though, if you made that choice or no?
I mean, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
For the most part. I think what I needed a lot of is help in the department of self-taping and films. Like, film acting.
Yep.
And so I think that is kind of what led me towards here as well.
Yeah.
Because you get to learn how to act on camera. Which is, like... that is so crucial if you want to be in the industry because everything is a self-tape that you submit now. It's so hard to get into a room. So,
but it's so nice because there's so many opportunities that you.
And that's true.
I mean, it's like one of those where you just throw a bunch of stuff at the wall and hope something sticks, compared to like having, one dart and you're there and there's the bullseye, but you have to hit it.
It just feels like I am so much better like in the room with someone when I'm acting.
Honestly, I'm 50-50, I feel like, at this point. I think I used to think I was way better in the room, and now I'm like, but am I? Like, I think my personality, I am better in the room, but like now I'm like, but is there something to like the mysteriousness of I kind of want to know this guy. Yeah. And then it's like if they call you back, it's like because they want to know you.
Right. Yeah.
Which is interesting.
And you can also take multiple takes if you don't like it. It does. Yeah. And I know for some people that's great. They're like, oh, I did that one was off and I'll get it right the next time. But for me, it's like 7 takes later and I'm like, I don't know.
That's what they say. They're like, if you took 7 takes, you've probably got the perfect one between 1 and 3 or 1 and 4, I think is what they said this weekend. Yep. And I'm like, that's so right.
Yeah. But you never need that many takes unless you don't know your lines.
Yeah, I also need to like get way more monologues and like also I kind of want to tap into like TV and film monologues because I've never done that, and I'm realizing it's like
it's made for that.
Oh, I probably should, like, if I'm auditioning for a film or like a class about film, probably should use like a film monologue that would, and it's like instead of and I'm like, things we wished we all knew.
I realized I did that for the film class. I was like, because we were auditioning for a film class, and then I used a theater monologue and performed it like I was on stage.
I did the same thing. And then like I was thinking about it like a couple days later, and I'm like, I never like
didn't know that was an option.
Yeah, just like, which is like good that we're realizing it now. Like for me, no way in heck I was going to like New York or LA. Like if I was gonna do acting, I needed more education. Because my school had a theater program. The radio, TV, film program was more about the technical side of it, so like directing that stuff. So it didn't teach acting, right?
Okay.
But they needed actors for films, so you kind of got a little work, but very minimal, and there wasn't really great direction on how to do it. My theater was good, but then the school was in a ton of debt because of previous things, and so then they started cutting departments, and the theater was one that they were cutting.
Always.
So then it was like the first 3 years were really good, and then like my last year and a half ish, like it was gone. So then it was like I like had all this momentum, lost it. Yeah. And also I didn't learn a lot about the business. I learned a little bit about acting and performing that way, but then also like when you're a big fish in a small school, you don't get a lot of the critique that maybe you need still, because it's like, oh, if we're going to compare these two people, obviously we're gonna want to help this person get up to here.
Yes.
But it's like, oh, but in the grand scheme, if I'm here,
Everybody
this
else
is
all
where
the way
I
up
need
here.
to be,
Yeah.
and it's like I need to make this gap, you know.
Yeah.
And so I was like, there's no way I would ever be cast in anything. You know?
Wait, so did you major in theater or?
Yeah, so I went to school for radio, TV, film, and then was like, I like theater, so I minored in theater because I knew they had a theater program.
Yeah.
And then I just started doing shows, or like I started auditioning.
That's always how it
I just wanted
goes.
to meet people, so I started auditioning.
Yeah.
And then ran lights for a show, and then my first show I got the lead, and that was like an oh crap moment.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, but it was fun. And it's like the acting never left. I've always enjoyed this. But my thing was like my dad wasn't sold on it. So I went to school for radio, TV, film because I was like, Dad, trust me, like I could do anything in the entertainment business now, you know?
Yeah.
And then he was like, okay, yeah, I see it, you know? And then slowly over time we've worked on it, and he's like, yeah, no, I get that. This is your passion. Like we're behind you.
Gotta
you know?
do it.
And so then graduating, I was like, I just always liked acting.
Yeah.
But I didn't get an education that I felt was worthy for my ability to be comfortable enough to start working in the industry.
Exactly.
Yep.
I think
then
the
was like,
same. Yeah.
MFA program, here we come.
Here we go.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do if I went to New York to like I wouldn't even know where to look to audition.
I know,
And I
and
guess
I
you'd
don't think
find it out, but-
I didn't either. My grand plan was to just get there and figure it out. That was all I had.
Would you have gone to New York over LA or LA over New York?
Probably. I think well, during that time,
Yep.
I felt so nailed to the East Coast.
True.
Yeah. I hadn't really been out west for the most part.
What's out? Okay, actually, here's a good question. What's out west for you?
Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's what I was curious. So that's so funny because for me,
anything that's not I could directly in the line of the East Coast is
state-wise. So anything inside state-wise.
Yeah.
Like Louisiana is considered west.
yeah.
Yeah. That's
For
so
me
weird.
obviously I
yeah,
know that's
yeah.
not geographically correct.
No, that's just so
but to me
interesting.
that the places that I could go are literally only on the East Coast. I don't think that anymore, and I'm much more open-minded about it. But I think just everyone in my family, for the most part, lives on the East Coast.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay,
No, yeah, I get that.
yeah, we're all on this line,
Yeah.
and I can't go past that line. Even Alabama to me is that's past the line.
Well, you know what's funny is growing up too. For me, I a lot of our road trips seemed to be kind of straight down. Right?
Yeah.
Because Georgia's kind of very south. Florida's the only. No, you're in Florida. Yeah, you're not
Yeah.
in Georgia. So you literally were the bottom corner, which means anything that you went up or
Yeah.
over was different. For us, anything you went down or this way was
Oh,
different.
interesting. Yeah.
Because we're Canada's
We
are
always
above
had to go
us.
up.
Yeah, so it was we always were going down.
Yeah.
And we never really went to Minnesota, honestly, or Michigan. So it was really
Yeah.
always down that way. And so it was funny that you say that there was a line that you just kind of did. And that's kind of what we would go through Illinois, Iowa, or then get to Missouri, go to
Straight
St.
line.
Louis, and then even when we went to Florida, you kind of just take that straight line.
I blame the
that goes
highways.
through.
I-95.
I just saw the other thing too where it says, I think it's, evens are east to west. And
Yeah.
odds are north to south.
It took me way too long to figure
No,
that
I
one
would
out.
never have figured that out unless I scrolled on whatever I was scrolling. They were like, "Did
Yeah.
you know?"
I saw
are
it.
you a
Yeah,
dumbass
yeah.
and didn't know that this was?
I'm like, yes, I
Yes,
am.
I
I had
was.
no idea that's how that worked. And I couldn't tell you what it is right now. But when I watched it, I was like, that makes so much sense.
Dude, there's so many. Okay, what's another thing, Mike? Do you have another thing that you Oh, here's another one. Yeah. Let's do this. Let's go. Think of something that you didn't realize was that's what it was used for, and you're like, that makes sense. That highways, for example. Mine that I never knew for the longest time was saran wrap, right?
Where's this going?
No. Okay,
Didn't know what
play the
saran
game,
wrap was
play the
for.
game. You know saran wrap, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's kind of tough to pull it out and cut it.
Okay.
mess
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Did you know that on the edges of the box you can poke in, and then it holds it from coming out of the box?
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the little serrated edges that it had.
Oh yeah, I use the scissors all the time. No, no. When I found that out, I was like, no.
Okay, no, I didn't know that.
Way. That was crazy.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you guys have you have one of those?
Do you have one, Mike? Because I don't reckon that I have one in this moment.
I can't. Well, I used to bartend years ago,
okay.
and the corkscrew with the little, they have you open it up, it's like a little latch thing.
For wine?
Yeah, for wine.
Yeah.
This little metal piece that kind of swings down. It took me it took me a while to realize that piece is to like hook on to the bottle.
Yeah,
and
I know what you're saying.
Pull the thing up.
Yeah.
I used to just like
manning
it. Yeah.
Wow.
I should just screw it and then just like pull.
That's actually insanely impressive. Because I still struggled with the lip, like having the
I don't think I can. Right? Like if you asked me to open a bottle of wine, I don't know if I could.
Yeah, you can
with the cork.
I don't know how to. Like I don't know what it is.
You've
like
never opened a bottle of wine with cork.
The one time I did, the cork fell into the wine and it was ruined.
Damn.
That doesn't ruin it.
I think that was user error. It does because it gets all like crumbly and then you're like drinking the cork.
I guess we'll still drink it now.
Well, might as well.
Yeah.
My only thing that I can think of right now for something I didn't know how to do is like I couldn't tie my shoes until 5th grade. Actually, okay.
Wait. Well, while we tell this story, Mike, look up things that we should know but we don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, look up that. Okay, and then see if we're dumb. All right.
Okay, but they wanted to like I don't know if they wanted to hold me back or not, but I think it was like in 1st grade.
Can't hold me back.
You can't hold me back. In 1st grade, they gave me an F on the report card for zips and snaps, and so to this day. I was like, zip your coat because we lived up north. So wait, you also live in the cold. What am I saying? Yeah. But it was like it was part of the criteria is that you can zip up your own stuff and whatever. And I couldn't.
Remember that.
To this day, I still struggle like zipping up my coat. And my parents were like, "This is a non-issue. Like she's gonna learn her zips and snaps." Yeah, and it's still a thing to this day that when I can't do it.
But that shoelace tying test.
You got a test?
Yeah, that was like the most stressful.
Did you have like a little song?
Yeah, or whatever.
SpongeBob song?
I didn't have a song. We just had like the bunny goes around the tree into the hole or whatever that was.
Yeah.
Like I remember because it was like we would have time during class during the day where you'd practice tying your shoe, you know?
Yeah.
And then obviously they could tell who didn't do it because their shoes wouldn't be tied, you know?
Yeah.
And I just remember then like, it was like you were building up to this like test where you would have to have like shoot and you would have to tie it, and I got it, but like I remember like that was probably the first time I've ever been stressed the frick out in kindergarten.
Yeah, in kindergarten, the first day of stress.
It was kindergarten. Yeah.
Do you know the nines trick for multiplication?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that one's good. That one blew my mind when I was a kid.
I forget who taught me that one. How did you learn? Okay, now we're going down this. How did you learn to count numbers? And I say this because it's kind of weird to like ask the question, and I can explain what I'm talking about when I. Like, how did you know what 5 and 6 were, or did you just have to know what 5 and 6 equaled?
I don't. Maybe that's like more of a canon event for you, but I have no idea how I learned that information.
We used whatever, it must have been part of the curriculum, but we used the thing where they would tell you like dots were on the number. And
dots were on
so
the
like
number.
A 5, and I'm gonna do this backward for whoever's watching. But say this is my 5, right? There's a dot at the top. Dot. Then there's a dot here. Then there's one in the middle, and then one at the end. So you would count the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Interesting.
6 was like this, and it would be 1, 2, 3, and then you would know 1, 2, 3. So you'd repeat them. 7 was a little different. It was here. You would have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you would repeat this again. 5, 6, 7.
This is I feel like you're gaslighting me. I've never heard of this.
No, I don't know what, but like that's how I learned how to like.
Hey, if it helps you.
Sometimes I still do it to this day. I'm not even gonna lie.
That's the bad thing about when teachers give you tricks for things is because to this day I don't know my nines.
Yeah, whoever gave me a calculator, F no.
F.
To this day, sometimes I spell Wednesday Wednesday.
I have to say that in my head all the time.
I don't know how to spell Wednesday. I use autocorrect every time. I'm always forgetting. Yeah.
But I looked up things we should know but don't, and the first thing that pops up is people should know facts like the infinite number of prime numbers, including the sole even prime, 2.
All right.
And then there's a bunch of math stuff.
Wait, so we just got to give you prime numbers?
I guess.
Hit us with a buzz quiz. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Like where it's like a test, where we have to take a test.
Benjamin Franklin had a terrible reputation when he was a co-ambassador to France alongside Thomas
This
Jefferson.
is way too niche.
Wait, I'm confused. What's the question?
Okay, that's just, it says history or trivia. That was a question.
Yeah. Hit us with. Yeah, actually, let's just do some trivia. You down for some trivia?
It depends. I'm about to make a fool out of myself.
No, we're on a team, so we're working together.
Okay.
So if we both fail, we both fail. And if one of us gets it right, we get to ride the coattails of the other.
Yeah, I knew that one.
All right, hit us with a quiz, Mike.
All right, let's see. Give me a second.
Dude, I wish I was good at trivia. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like you ever go to a trivia night at like a bar?
And there's always one guy that's goated.
Or it's like this old grandma. It's like, yeah, because you have life experience.
Would you like to
you
choose
know everything.
your subject?
A category?
Nah, you choose it for us.
Yeah.
Probably not math or
Do
English.
not pick
that
math.
was my weakness.
Guys, that's all I got.
You know what I've recently gotten a
food
ton
and
of?
drink, pop
What?
culture, and sports.
Those are the only 3 options?
Well, there's more, but like, I'm giving you choices.
Oh, just
3.
pick one.
Keep
It's
going.
fine.
All right,
History, I have maybe a better chance at, but
All right,
if
we're
you're
doing
not good at
pop.
history,
We're doing
that
pop
would-
culture.
I'm not either, but it's okay.
Pop culture, you have
Yep.
to carry.
There you go.
We've got to carry each other.
Okay, dude. Okay, the videos I've been watching though are so bad. It's the AI generated videos of like
AI slop.
No. It's AI videos of like Disney trailers for their movies, but they're like bad. You know what I'm saying?
Gosh.
Like really bad. But that's what makes them so funny because you know no one would ever create it.
Right.
But it's like that's just messed up and kind of funny. And so now I'm in this rabbit
You
hole.
want an easy one, medium, or hard one? Just like 3 seconds. It's coming up in sections.
Okay, easy.
No, hit us with medium.
All right,
Give us a
medium,
challenge.
yeah.
Because if
Okay,
we
let's
get
do
easy,
this one.
what's
That's
to
true.
celebrate?
It's true.
Question: What character have both Robert Downey Jr. and Benedict Cumberbatch played?
Sherlock Holmes.
Bingo.
Let's go.
That's,
I knew that.
That's one for Jordan.
No,
No,
we're
we're
on
a team.
We're
We're
on
a team.
team?
We're on
Please.
It's
Okay,
us against
0
the world.
points.
It's us against the world.
All right, let's do a hard one now.
Oh, it's just like one at a time?
Well, there's 3 sections: easy, hard, medium, and each section has 8 questions.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just picking at random. So how about a hard one just for
Okay.
fun?
Like
Question:
Sprinkle it in there.
Kratos is the main character of what video game series? That's easy. I don't know why
Kratos.
that's hard.
It's got to be like some like world.
World of Warcraft.
No, it's not that. It's gonna be like Valhalla or something like that. I don't know. What's our guess?
Phone a friend.
Dad, I just wanted to let you know that.
Guys, I love you,
Dad,
and also, what is?
It's a PlayStation game.
It's a PlayStation game, so it's Spider-Man.
Right.
I have no idea.
You had it.
Lego Batman,
You had it
final
kind of
answer.
close when you said Warcraft, but
War
it's
of
not.
Warhammer.
War.
War is in the name, but not craft.
World of Warships.
I don't know.
I don't know.
God of War.
God of War.
Dang it! I should have known.
Rats.
How did we
That-
not know that?
Okay, I know
That
nothing
wasn't
about video
hard, but,
games.
like,
I know
so-
nothing about video games. Also,
No more video game
Speaking about what we
questions.
were talking about earlier. Okay, I think we got to end the quiz because
It's over.
It's gonna get bad. Worse before it gets good. So you asked what I stream. I stream Fall Guys,
Okay.
Among Us. Actually, I haven't done that in a
Oh.
while though. And then Roblox because
I love Roblox.
Chat likes Roblox, so I
love
do Roblox.
Roblox.
I can't stream Minecraft because for some reason I get sick. It's the only game that makes me sick. Like my stomach starts getting weird. I think it's because like my eyes. I don't know. There's something about that game that
Like
messes.
the graphics.
Something messes
Okay,
with me, and I
that's
get
odd.
sick. And I don't get sick out of like nothing gets me sick besides hay fever. But like,
I get
it's-
sad when I play Minecraft. I know it's not sick, but it's like that playlist that goes
Is it like
on.
nostalgia vibes or just like
I don't know. It's something like
just
when it
triggers
hits
something.
2 a.m. and you're like playing Minecraft by
What am I
yourself,
doing with my
and
life?
then doon. Let me not get copyrighted. But anyway,
I just broke the diamond. I lost it.
if you know, you know.
you know.
That is so not the song. Anyways,
What's the song?
when you know, you know. Lana Del Rey.
That was
did you?
pretty close.
Oh, okay. You the wrong lyrics.
I said when you know, you know. That's all I said though.
Right. If you know, you know.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I just missed the if you.
Okay, moving on. Among Us, Roblox, no Minecraft.
If a game that I choose to stream because I also have rights in my community, would be Smite if like my friends are playing. You ever
Okay.
play Smite?
I've never heard of Smite.
You have an Xbox, PlayStation,
Negative.
computer,
I do have a computer.
laptop, or computer?
Computer, PC.
You want to play Smite 2 with us sometime?
Sure. On Smite. I don't know what
Hey,
it
Mike,
is.
Mike, I think we talked about this. You want to play Smite 2 with us sometime? No, that's right. You don't have anything here, right?
I've heard of Smite, but I've never played it, so I have no idea.
Do you have the ability to play it right now or no? You would have
No.
to go back home?
I don't have.
Hey, we're going home
PC.
soon.
My
wait, do you have an Xbox or PlayStation?
I have an Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah, you can play it. That's cross-platform.
I still don't know what it is.
It's League of Legends.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not like that. No.
I'm
just kidding.
Nothing at all.
Okay. No. So it's the same style game. However, instead of like having the sky cam and like a really small character, you play your character at third person.
Okay.
So you go around the map. That's semi-similar, but then it's the 5-2, it's mid, solo, jungle. That same vibe with all the characters or whatever. But it's third person because I don't like League of Legends. Also, you have to use mouse, and I'm a controller player.
Yeah.
So
I like my WASD.
Yeah, I got an Xbox in like junior year of high school, and so then I just learned controls on that, and then I tried to force myself when I got my PC, and I was like, I don't play video games enough to like actually need to switch, and so I'll take the skill gap that causes my controller.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna get to the level where that actually matters. So, but yeah, no. So that's what I play.
Wait, what do you play on Roblox? I'm curious.
We play weird games because they like weird games.
The
game I like though, they meaning my chat, my community.
Okay.
But the game I like it's like a dope game is I think it's called Envoy or something like that.
That sounds familiar.
But it's basically a World War II or World War I game.
Yeah.
And you like dig tunnels and fight.
Yeah.
That game to me, I'm like, this is so peak for being so bad.
There's like some really good games on there.
Like what?
You just gotta look.
Nah, you gotta give me some examples.
Guys.
We're about to out you hard.
Wait, I play the most random games though. Like I'll play like, okay, there's this one where you have to like, you're like on this pillar, and like there's all different genres of it. So like one of them, it's like,
what are we doing on the pillar?
I'll get there.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you're like each character is like on the pillar. You're not like moving around in any way, but it's like a prompt will come up and it'll be like type of food, and your goal is to be like of all people competing, you have to have the longest one, and so like however many letters
name
of a food, and then it like stacks like up high, however many letters, and so it's like a competition to like get higher on the pillar. If that makes sense.
How much time did it give for you to type it?
Not long. Because it's kind of stressful.
Because like I can think of like, I play Jackbox on live stream. The issue with, have you played Jackbox before?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do that, which is fun. But the issue is like I can't trust my chat sometimes.
Right.
Well, actually, randoms. If it's like the T-shirt game or something, bad stuff's happening, right? So we gotta shut that down. There's one stream where I was literally like, "All right, and we're done. Good night, guys."
That's enough.
Yeah, because I didn't see it at first too. So it was like, whatever was on the T-shirt was there for a bit, and I'm like, and then I looked and I was like, what the?
Get it off.
You can actually have those shirts made.
Well, you can if you want. Well, it's the winning shirt. Whatever shirt wins the tournament, the TK tournament or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, no. There's a couple T-shirts where I wish I would have bought them just for like the memories. Would have been really funny.
Right.
Chat wise, but the issue is like there's the murder trivia game, and I'm like, yeah, these 13, 14-year-olds would not know that. They have to be looking this up.
That's
you know
fair.
what I'm saying?
That's
I'm like,
fair.
there's no
Can't
way
trust 'em.
that they would know this, and so sometimes it ruins it. But I guess also they're like, that's the crazy thing about live stream. Have you ever live streamed before?
No, I don't think.
Have you ever been interested at all in live streaming?
Yeah.
Do you watch live streamers or no?
I do.
Oh, who do you watch?
Guys. Well, growing up, I was big on like PewDiePie, Markiplier.
Okay.
Yeah. Jacksepticeye.
Like, no judging. I didn't know Twitch existed until like
I don't
high school.
Watch too much Twitch, to be honest.
Yeah.
So most of the time it would be like a YouTube stream.
Okay.
So, and those are recorded, but sometimes they're live streamed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for me, like when I found out live stream was the thing, I was like, this is sick. We gotta figure out how to do this, But my person that I've watched the most and I still watch today, not as much, is Ludwig. Is definitely like my favorite. Have you ever heard of him?
It sounds familiar.
Okay. Yeah, but that's the person I probably take the most inspiration from as a content creator myself. And then there's others too. But yeah, I know. I think what's interesting is like going to a lot of master classes or panels. The other emphasis was like, don't, how do I say, like, your content is important to make. It's like important to make your own content.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting because like coming here, like, it's like, okay, I want to do the podcast, but I also got A, B, and C I got to get done. Or I want to live stream, but I got A, B, C, D I got to do, you know? But I think listening to all these people, it's like, it's really like, well, no, like you really should continue to make your own content.
Your independent
and make it work so that, you know, you have something that's your own that you can show off as your own. And also, like, I'm not going to lie, my community, like, I actually had a community, but then I stopped streaming as often. But, like, I have still those loyal guys. If you're out there, you know who you are.
If you know, you know.
But it's funny because if I don't stream for, like, a week or two, which, like, I used to stream, like, every other night or every night.
Yeah.
And it's like, I kind of miss these guys. Like, just catching up on, like, what's going on.
It's a community.
And it's, like, they've come to stream for, like, 2 years. And it's, like, when you think back to, like, maybe they're, like, in high school now, it's, like, you would have joined, like, in middle school, which is, like, crazy to think about. And you're, like,
yeah,
that's crazy. That, like, and then it's also, you realize, like, if anyone watches your videos or watches a live stream, they're taking time out of their day to go into your world to see what you're up to. And, like, and, like, especially live streaming is such a, like, I'm giving up 2 hours of my night to go play a game with you or whatever. And, like, when you realize that, you're like, oh, I'm taking up a lot of time of this person's life. Like, if I am, it better be the best, or I better, you know, which is interesting.
The pressure to be entertaining as well.
Yeah.
But I think it's good to have your own thing and not have to rely on people because, like, in the industry that we're trying to go into, it is so much so, like, relying on who you know.
Yeah.
And so being the pioneer for what you want to get done, I think is, like, a very, like, understated thing. And that's why, like, we're hearing it a lot in, like, master classes and from professors that are like, if you want to do that, do it yourself. You can just put it out.
Well, it's funny because, like, I've never had it phrased in a way that I understand, and I've heard it the first time that I'm like, that makes sense. And it's like, no one's gonna give you a job, right? So if you get a job on set acting or whatever it is, like, that's awesome and that's great, but that's luck, right?
It is, as Dylan O'Brien said.
So it's like okay, and if you do, that's great, but know that that's luck and that's not always gonna happen. And so you need to have your own format or whatever that is, so that when that's not happening, like when you can't be a part of someone's project because no one wants you, you are still able to have that
a creative outlet
or whatever that is to do that. Now, and they finally put it in a way I'm like, oh, that's right, because it's like an opportunity to work for someone else's dream. And that's what I'm doing. I'm helping someone else's goal.
Yeah.
But it's like, what about my dreams or my goals? Like, no one's going to do that for me, so I got to figure that out. Which leads me to my question. Do you have any future ideas of projects or anything you want to work on? Or have you been working on anything?
Oh, my gosh.
I have 4 pilots, 3 films. No.
I got some light stuff lined up. Blockbuster. Yeah, I think, honestly, like, just recently, I've, like, kind of been stirred to maybe, like, write/produce something myself, because I was always, like, someone that was like, I'll just hop on someone's project. Like, I don't have, like, something in particular that I want to write about. Because I also did major in English, and, like, I used to write fanfics in middle school. But so, like, I did really love, like, creative writing for a period of my life.
Yep.
And so I think I'm just kind of starting to see that come into fruition now.
Yeah.
Especially, like, as we're getting the advice, like, do your own thing. And so, like, as it's, like, it's coming up, I'm like, okay, like, yeah, like, you're right. Like, I should. Like, no one's gonna happen to produce the thing that am dreaming of doing. But yeah, I think, like, some of the work that I've thought about recently has been more so, like, political. And so, like, with that, like, it feels, like, difficult to talk about.
Yeah.
And, like, also difficult to produce.
Like a show, not like this, but, like, you know what I'm saying, like a desk show, or how would you
like a play?
Okay, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, either screenplay or straight play.
Yep.
I'm not in the business of writing musicals yet. Please hold. But yeah. So yeah, I would probably take the format of a play, because I did a little bit of playwriting in high school, which was fun, but I didn't delve too deep into it. But yeah, it's just something I'm like starting to think about.
Yeah, it's interesting because like for me, religion has been something that I've like dived deeper into, right? And it's funny, like you're saying how like politics or political ideas are like something that's like kind of striking. It's like that's the same thing for me. But it's like, oh, I've never written anything like this, and it's not a medium that is traditionally written. I think there's starting to be more interest in that kind of stuff, but so it's like harder for me to be like, oh yeah, like I look at what this person did, create a story, you know, or it's like, oh, there's this story that I think is really powerful and cool, but there's no content about it, and it's like, am I the one that's really supposed to do
I need to do
that? It's like, but yeah, no, I right now am obsessed with short story content. Like there's so many shows out there, but it's like they have, I explain it, they have a plot A to B, and maybe it takes like 10 episodes to get there, but each episode is like a minute 30.
Yeah.
And each episode has their own A to B. Does that make sense?
Mike, does this make sense to you?
Yeah, actually, it sounds.
Guys, okay, I'm the odd one out.
It sounds a lot like
for example,
Love, Death, and Robots, like I was talking about last time.
Right.
But like, say like, the plot is like, you and I are gonna go on and like have a heist, right? We're gonna rob a bank.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be B, and A is how are we gonna get to the heist moment, or like, you know, whatever that is.
Yeah.
And then so we're gonna have there'd be many episodes, like a minute 30 or a minute of us. Maybe it's like us making the plan, but maybe within the episode the struggle is like the pencil keeps breaking. So the whole episode is us trying to write the plan, but the pencil keeps breaking, so one of us gets frustrated, right? And then it's like, then 2 is like we finally have the plan, but something else goes wrong. So there's their own mini story. But then what happens is like maybe we don't have issues with the pen, or we move to like a pen and it's working, and then there's like a callback to the pencil because we have no utensil for like when we're doing the heist. For some reason we need something, and they only have a pencil and it keeps breaking, which is like the callback to when the pencil kept breaking.
Yes.
And so it's like to like tell the mini story, like you could watch the video and be like, that's like a funny short story.
Yeah.
But if you got into the storyline, you realize there's multiple stories, and then you like watch it like a TV show.
Yeah.
And
but so it's like there's individual things that you.
But it's like a short form, so it's like on YouTube instead of like an actual 30-minute episode like a Friends. It's like, oh no, it's like a short TikTok kind of thing, and that's what I'm interested in right now, and like creating a story, something along that line. And I think it's very like low key and easy, whereas I don't know if I have enough time to write a play, or like if I were to write it, put it on nevertheless, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For where I'm at right now. So that's what I'm messing with right now, and my goal would be maybe to do that in winter or something like that, and like be like, hey, do you want to be a character in my you know, whatever short. That is? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And see if people are down for that. But I think that's where I'm leaning towards more than writing a play, because I just don't have the will to do that.
Yeah. Plays are kind of scary also, because it's like once you like put it out there, it's like it's done. Yeah. Pretty much. And like I feel like I'm someone that like I sit so long with it, and I spend so much time like editing that
like
you never know when it feels like what?
Like a perfectionist?
No. like a perfectionist? No, like an overthinker.
If I could interject just a hair, I know exactly what you mean, because I have written my own full-length play, and that took me 8 years to complete.
Okay, Mike's a little bit longer than mine.
And so, yeah, it's a process.
I have no idea what I was saying.
So you're writing a play about politics? No,
I'm writing a play. It's called Politics. Expected politics in 2035. But yeah, no, I think it is hard because there's no way to tell when it's done. Yeah. And there's no like, I finally got it perfect. And I think that's hard for me to like let go of something and be like, it's done.
I was just talking with someone. I was like, and this is like the thing with YouTube, because I was the YouTube frog, like doing so much, like how would I start my channel? What would I do? What content am I gonna make? You know, and like I did that for like 2 years, and finally I got to a point where I'm like, I mean, either I gotta do it or like what are we doing? Exactly. I'm like, we devoting a lot of time to research, and it's good knowledge, you know.
Yeah,
but like
just gotta do it.
You have nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
And my issue was that like my background, and we don't have to get into it, but it was like I didn't want my name on it. Yeah. Like the content, right? And so I was like, well, I don't want my name on it. So then I was like, you make your Rangers Gen X was my name, right? And then it was like, okay, so I was like, okay, that's cool. Don't have a face cam. No one knows who I am, you know?
Yeah.
But then as you start becoming attached to your own content, you're like, well, why wouldn't I have a face cam? You know, you're like, I can have a face cam as long as my name's not on it. No one will know that it's me, you know, right?
Right.
And so then I started doing face cam stuff. And then I got to a point where I'm like, oh, I really like this YouTube. It's kind of working. Like, I feel, what's the word? Like, it's not me by having Rangers Gen X. That's not me.
Yeah,
My name's
fair.
Jordan Whitrock.
Right.
And so then it was like, I made the big leap of like, all right, we got to put our name. Yeah. I was like, we got to put our name on the YouTube and like switch it over, which I remember was like, they're gonna know.
Everyone knows that it's me.
If all my fans look at my name online, they're gonna see, and then you realize that like, oh, no one actually cares, or they're gonna be like, oh, that's so cool that you did that. Like, I wouldn't want to do that because that's not something I'm into. But I think you go when you go through like middle school and high school, you're just so used to being judged.
Middle school is brutal,
and you're like, I don't want anyone to know like my vulnerable.
Like my art. I remember when people found my fan fictions, they would, in middle school, they would come up to me and start reading them, and I was like, I'm never doing this again.
Wait, did you like post it online then?
Yeah, it was on, what is it called, Wattpad.
Were you a popular writer?
I think I got some good views.
Let's go.
They're all taken down. Don't try to find them. No, I don't think my name. Yeah. I don't think my name was attached to it though.
How did they know it was yours then?
Actually, maybe my name. Like, I think there was a point at some point where my name was attached, and I changed it after that because I think people like it was just like a fun thing people did to Google each other's names, and so it came up, and then I was like,
and that was my fear, and I was like, no, I can't have my name, and then then you're like, am I really gonna let these people that like this is all in my head, right? Am I really going to let these people that actually don't care, it's just me making this up, decide what I'm going to do with my life or, like, how I want to operate? And so then I switched it. And I was like, nice.
Live your life.
Yep. And actually, I think that was the hump I needed to make this show with my name. Because I had, like, 3 other podcasts that failed, but none of them had my name on it or we didn't do names. It was, like, something random, And I was like, finally, if I have my name on it. Because my thing is, like, I don't want people to think that I do think I'm humble, all this kind of stuff, and I don't want people to think that I'm not, or like
because your name's on it.
Because I'm talking about myself and I'm so important. It's like, no, I know I'm not important. The world is so much bigger than me in that standpoint, And I think that was like the hump to get over. And I think by putting my name on YouTube, I was like, okay, I've kind of already done that already. Yeah. And I can do this, and if people don't care about me, cool, then
Yeah, it makes it like your audience, I think, becomes bigger when your name is actually attached to it because
and they
like
just know what it is.
Yeah, and like I think that's how people probably in the MFA program like were able to find your thing. Like it wasn't like oh I need to remember what that name was so I can go watch this podcast. And that's what I realized too is that like people in chat would be like yo what's up Rangers and like stuff like that and then someone would be like yo what's up Jordan and I realized there was like a split in the community because they would and so I was like I just need to like. Because I'm calling myself Jordan. It's not like I'm making my name up or I'm not showing my face. Like, they know who I am already at this point. So it's like, I need to switch it to my name or whatever. But then it's fun to see, like, one or two people that are like, OGs. They're like, yo, what's up, Rangers? I'm like, you were there. You were there. You're still here.
Yeah. Gotta love it. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of all I had for the show. Did you have anything you want to promote? That you have coming out or that you're a part of or
not at the moment.
If casting agents are looking at this
please hire me. I'm so unemployed. That's it.
Yeah, well, we could take camera 2 then I guess the GoPro. Thank you so much for coming on the show, and if you're still watching, thank you. If you haven't subscribed, hit the like button. Why not? You've been here for I don't know an hour or so thanks for watching, Mike. Thanks for helping us. Technical directing, could never do it without you.
Of course, put some steak on it.
Right.
And with that, we'll see you next week. Peace. Bye.